I was meeting as a backbencher, so I'm not taking part in any negotiations. What I'm observing is that it's very clear to me that our EU friends and neighbours do want the UK to leave the European Union with a good deal for us and for them. So, you know, I do believe that they will be open to discussions with the new incoming Prime Minister.
And all 27 of them, of course, thought that they had offered us a good deal already. What do you think it would have to look like in order to persuade your party faithful? Because the 27 EU members are perfectly happy with the deal that's already been, or at least the withdrawal agreement that's already been negotiated. Yeah,
well, they are happy with it, that's right. But of course, UK Parliament wasn't happy with it, is not happy with it. So what that means is there needs to be adjustments, and that will be for Boris's negotiating team to seek from the EU. So, you know, I don't want to kind of put my own version of what that would look like, but it's quite clear that there are lots of elements of the withdrawal agreement that would be very much in all of our interests to agree.
You've been campaigning tirelessly for Boris Johnson to be Prime Minister, and I'd just be interested to know what you think a new Brexit would look like that he could steer through Parliament, having spent much of the last few weeks telling us that he should be the man for that job.
Yeah, so there's something like 485 pages in the withdrawal agreement, covering areas ranging from the rights of EU and UK citizens to the future for Gibraltar to issues around what happens to
I'm just interested in the bits you'd change.
Well, those are some of the bits that it's not a matter of changing, it's a matter of there are some things in the withdrawal agreement that are very clearly in the UK's and the EU's interests to enshrine into an agreement between now and the end of October, and what those are will be a matter for the negotiation.
But the bits that you would not want to see repeated?
Well, I think very clearly the elements that Parliament were concerned about was primarily the backstop. That was definitely an issue for many people. I myself voted for the meaningful vote, which supported the withdrawal agreement 3 times. So You've seen the Deputy Prime Minister of Ireland's comments on the backstop this week. Yeah, absolutely. But this is a negotiation. Boris has just literally been announced that he will be the next Prime Minister and leader of our party, and we need to give him the opportunity now to open up that negotiation and to get a good deal. And really the only observation I'm making is that I do believe that our EU friends and neighbours will be up for that too.
And again, forgive me for clarifying again, because the words have just moved again into the realms of perhaps being misconstrued. You've heard nothing to suggest that the friends and neighbours you describe are prepared to abandon the position they've held for the last year or so and reopen negotiations. We're just hoping. We're all hoping that they will.
Yeah, well, of course. But I mean, a negotiation is something where there are 2 sides who discuss with each other what's in their mutual interest and come to an arrangement between themselves. And it's very clear to the EU that the UK Parliament will not accept the withdrawal agreement, and therefore that we can either leave the European Union without any arrangements other than the significant number of bilateral arrangements that are in place, or we can come up with a new agreement that is perhaps based on some of the elements of the withdrawal agreement. And so what it's now down to is the UK and the EU opening those discussions about what's in all of our interests.